So I was going to wait to talk about GTA 6 until after the Netflix special comes out next week, but it happened again. Yesterday's new GTA 6 gameplay started leaking online. At first, I was extremely skeptical. My timeline was already full of obviously fake or AI generated GTA 6 quote leaks, but eventually I found what appears to be the actual footage. And yeah, GTA 6 still looks pretty damn good. Now, for obvious reasons, I'm not going to show any of the leaked footage here, partially because I don't want Daddy Rockstar sending a full SWAT team after me, but there's actually another reason this time. Because the people responsible for the leaks are doing something with all this attention that I don't really want to help promote. We'll get to that. As far as the actual leaks go, there are two clips that I'm reasonably confident are legitimate. One shows Jason at his house shooting hoops in his driveway. We get a look at some of the unfinished UI and a few small gameplay mechanics, but most importantly, some really good water physics. The second clip has a little more going on. Jason drives around like a maniac, gets into a fight with an NPC, beats the ever living shit out of him with a pipe wrench, and eventually gets the cops called on him. So yeah, still GTA, just with a lot of Red Dead 2 influence. There's also what appears to be an in-game map of Leonida, and somehow the GTA 6 mapping community was ridiculously close with what they've been piecing together over the last few years. There's also a third clip floating around that supposedly shows Jason inside a strip club, but I'm skeptical about this one. I've seen people claim it's new, others say it's connected to the massive 2022 leaks, and I've even seen some claims that it's AI generated. I've tried looking into it myself, and I can't confidently verify where it came from. So until we know more, I'm not treating it as legitimate. And honestly, that's kind of the problem with this entire situation. And literally, just as I was about to finish this video, they leaked a 10-second cutscene. So apparently it's still happening. Real footage, old footage, AI generated footage, and completely fake leaks are all getting thrown together. There's even some Twitter accounts that are gaining a lot of attention that a lot of people think they are the leakers, even though in their bio it says they're not. But what's actually shown in these leaks isn't even the most interesting part of the story, because the people taking responsibility for them apparently have a message. And I'm intentionally not going to say their name, show their website, show their cryptocurrency, or point you towards their social media, because I'm not interested in giving them free advertisement. The leakers release what is basically a manifesto explaining why they're doing this. Essentially, they're presenting themselves as some kind of consumer rights movement, fighting against anti-consumer practices in the gaming industry, and they have three major demands, or commandments as they call them. First, they want an end to digital pre-orders. Their argument is basically there's no reason to give a publisher your money months in advance for a digital project that can't run out of copies. Secondly, they're against what they call fake single-player DLC, basically charging extra for content that's already finished and included within the game. And lastly, they want single-player games to have some kind of offline fallback, so when the servers eventually go down, a game you paid for doesn't become completely unusable. And here's the thing, those aren't terrible arguments, especially the last one. Game preservation is a legitimate issue, and we've already seen an entire movement form around it with Stop Killing Games. They've been pushing for publishers to leave games in a reasonably functioning state when official support ends. And after the GTA 6 leaks started spreading, they condemned them. Stop Killing Games made it clear that they have nothing to do with the people behind these leaks, described what they're doing as illegal and destructive, and warned people not to send them money. And that's pretty important, because if you're supposedly leaking GTA 6 to fight for consumer rights, and an actual consumer rights campaign fighting for game preservation wants absolutely nothing to do with you, maybe something's gone wrong here. But even that is my biggest problem with this, because the people responsible for these leaks are using them to promote a fucking meme coin. Yeah, the leaked material has their cryptocurrency branding plastered all over it. And they're apparently claiming that the money raised through this will help fund infrastructure, security, and some kind of secret project. And this is where you completely lose me. You're leaking the most anticipated game of all time because you're supposedly fighting corporations exploiting consumers for money while simultaneously using the attention from the leaks to promote a cryptocurrency. Come on. And I want to be clear here. I'm not saying this is definitely a rug pull. As far as I've been able to see, this hasn't happened yet, and I don't have any evidence that they're planning one. Maybe the people genuinely believe everything they're saying. Maybe the crypto really is just a way to fund whatever they're planning next. I have no idea. But when an anonymous group uses leaked footage from the most anticipated game in the world to advertise a meme coin, I think it's completely reasonable to question how noble their intentions are. Because if this is really about game preservation, or about digital ownership, why the cryptocurrency? If you're trying to make some grand statement about corporations exploiting consumers for money, why attach your own financial incentive to it? Whether this was intentional or not, It makes the entire thing look less like consumer activism and a lot more like an incredibly effective marketing campaign. And here's the frustrating part, because there are legitimate conversations to have about some of the issues they're bringing up. Digital ownership and game preservation are real issues. Games shouldn't become completely unusable just because a publisher shuts down a server. Maybe these people genuinely think they're fighting for consumers. But if your entire message is about protecting consumers from companies exploiting them for money, promoting a meme coin probably isn't the best way to establish credibility. Just a thought. As for GTA 6 itself, nothing I saw changed my mind about this game. If anything, seeing an unfinished version of it made me more interested in seeing how far it's come since then. And thankfully, we don't have to wait very long. There's a new GTA 6 special coming out next week, and I'm planning on making a video about it when it releases. Hopefully without someone leaking the entire thing beforehand. But anyways, what do you think about this whole situation? Do you think there's actual legitimate message behind the leaks? Or does promoting cryptocurrency completely undermine whatever point they're trying to make? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.